Welcome to Screencasting 101, how to edit a screencast. I'll be showing you the basics of editing your recording into a finished product. Alright, so now you've got all the bits and pieces of your screencast recorded. Now it's time to put it all together with Camtasia's editing software. Start by locating your project and opening up the Camtasia project file. Don't worry, Camtasia might look scary and complicated at first, but it's fairly simple and easy to use. There are several features and options in Camtasia that I will run through to help you become more familiar with how it works and what you can do with it. Let's start with a quick run-through of what the Camtasia Workspace looks like and what it includes. This is your Camtasia Workspace, where you will find all the windows and tools you need to edit your screencast. The long window located at the bottom of the workspace is known as the timeline. The timeline is where you will construct, in the proper sequence, your entire video from left to right. The window located at the top left of the workspace is where you will find your media, including everything you previously recorded. You will also find transitions, audio effects, video effects, animations, and much more that can be added to your video. The window at the top center of the workspace is known as the canvas. It includes the video player that plays back whatever it is you put together on your timeline. Here's where you can preview your work and see how everything is coming together. Located on the right-hand side of the workspace is another window that can be accessed by clicking on the little icon that resembles a mechanical piece. This panel houses additional options and advanced controls. Let's get started with editing. First, I'm going to show you how to add media to the timeline. To add media, such as the content you previously recorded to the timeline, you need to access the Media panel in the top left window. Just click on Media, and it will open up a bin containing all of your recordings in the order you recorded them. Each piece of media will have a label along the bottom. In the case of any content recorded with Camtasia, the label will have an REC, which stands for recording, the date the item was recorded, and the clip number to help you keep track of the order the clips were recorded. If you have additional content you would like to add to your project, such as a picture or a piece of music, you can import it into this media bin as well. Just click on File and Import Media. Select the file you would like, click Import, and the file will then appear in your media bin for use in your project. In order to begin piecing together your project, just click and drag your first piece of media, such as your first recording, onto the timeline. Once it is on the timeline, you can edit and enhance the recording in a number of ways. Now I'm going to show you a few simple and common ways that you might edit your clip. The first thing you'll want to do to make editing easier is to separate the audio track from the video track. To do this, just click on your clip to highlight it. It should turn blue. Then click on Edit and separate audio and video. In the timeline, you will see that what was once a single track has separated into two tracks, one audio and one video. To trim the end of a clip, all you need to do is place your cursor at the edge of the clip. Wait for your cursor to turn into a little icon with a straight edge and an arrow, like this. When this icon appears, you can click and drag the end of the clip to wherever you would like in order to cut off sections you do not need. Another way to edit your clip is to make a cut. When you make a cut, you literally cut the clip into two separate pieces. You can do this by lining up the playhead at the exact position you would like the cut to occur, and make sure the clip is highlighted. Just click on the clip to highlight it. Go to Edit, and click on Split Selection at Playhead. The clip is now cut into two pieces. You can also use the keyboard as a shortcut to perform a cut. Just put your playhead where you want the cut to occur. Highlight the clip and hold down Command-T to cut the clip. Cutting is a quick way to get rid of sections you don't want or to give you more freedom in arranging your material and inserting other pieces of media into the recording. Transitions are a common addition to many video projects. Clicking on Transitions will open the panel containing all of the transitions you can add to the beginning and end of each clip in your timeline. To add a transition, just click and drag it to either the beginning or end of your clip to apply it. If you would like to lengthen or shorten the duration of the transition, just click on the transition to highlight it and place your cursor at the edge of the transition. A cross symbol should appear, and you can click and drag the edge to lengthen or shorten the effect. Adding these effects will create a much smoother transition from one clip to the next. There are a few ways to enhance or alter your audio. The most common change you'll likely make to your audio is adjusting the volume. To change the volume, just click on the audio track to highlight it, and click on the little mechanical wheel symbol on the right side of the screen to bring up additional controls. Here you will find the volume control. Just click and move the slider to increase or decrease the volume. You can also double-click in the box and enter a specific percentage you would like your volume set at. Or if you want to mute your audio for some reason, you can do so by selecting the mute button. In addition to controlling the volume, you can also apply an audio fade to the beginnings and ends of your sound clips. The audio fade can be found under the Transitions tab. Just click and drag it to the beginning or end of the audio clip and adjust the duration of the fade. Now, instead of your audio just starting abruptly, it will fade in, making for a much smoother transition. Additional options for enhancing your audio can be found under the Audio Effects tab. Here you can find many options, including altering the pitch, speed, and raising or lowering the audio mid-clip. Just drag and drop any of these options onto your audio clip, and make any adjustments to the effect properties in the control panel to the right. If you decide you no longer want a particular effect on your clip, just delete the effect by clicking the little X on the Effect Properties panel, and it will disappear from your clip. In some cases, you may want to add text or graphics to your video to support a point, provide additional information, or draw attention to a particular item. In Camtasia, adding text is as simple as going into the Annotations tab and selecting the text or graphic element you want to use. There are text and callouts, arrows, shapes, blur and highlighting options, sketch motions, and keystrokes. All you have to do is drag and drop your graphic of choice onto the timeline wherever you would like it to appear. Alter the parameters to your liking. And adjust the duration of the graphic so it appears for the right amount of time. You can even go back into the Transitions tab and throw on some transitions, such as a fade, to the beginning and end of the graphic for a smoother looking effect. There are a great deal of visual effects that you can add to your project to make it more dynamic and engaging. Many of these can be found in the Animations, Video Effects, and Cursor Effects tabs. One of my favorites is the Cursor Effect options. Under Cursor Effects, there are a variety of effects that bring attention to the cursor. This can be extremely helpful if you're doing any type of demonstration of a website or computer program. There are several cursor effects you can apply to highlight, spotlight, or magnify the actions of the cursor. You can also bring attention to any left or right clicks of the mouse that occur when you click on anything on the screen. One example is the ripple effect. When you apply this to your clip, any left click that you performed during your recording will be highlighted with ripples. If you don't like the ripples, you can try something else, such as the red rings to bring attention to your clicks. You can also customize the effect to your liking by changing the opacity, the size, the ring width, duration, and color. When you have finished making all your adjustments and adding any extra effects or transitions, it is time to compile what you've created on your timeline into a video file. This process is called exporting. To export, you need to click on the Share tab on the menu bar at the top of the screen. Next, click Advanced Export. Make sure to title your video file and select where you'd like to save it. Then click on Options to select the export settings. Make sure that both the video and sound boxes are checked to ensure that your file will contain both video and audio material. Click on Settings under the Video section and make sure compression is set to H.264, which is the recommended setting for videos being uploaded to the internet. Make sure compression quality is set to at least the high option. You can set it to best if you wish, but in most cases, there isn't a noticeable increase in quality when you switch from high to best, but there will be a noticeable increase in the file size. So it's up to you what you think is best for your particular project. Also make sure encoding is set to best quality, and then hit OK. Next, in the Video Settings section, click on Size. Make sure that your video is set to 1280 by 720. This setting will create a widescreen video file. Click OK, click OK again, and then click Export. The program is now taking what you've put together on the timeline and compiling it into a single video file that you can play back on your computer or upload to the internet. So you see, it's as easy as that. You're done creating your very own screencast. All it takes is a little practice and experimentation to get the hang of it. The more you attempt to record and edit yourself, the better you will get at creating really great and effective videos that your audience will benefit from and enjoy.